Are you afraid of heights? No. Are you afraid of flights? No. Are you afraid of full throttle, want a super bike? No. Are you vicious? No. Superstitious?
So you got the new single,
Yes.
The Drop, man.
The Drop.
Talk to us about this song, man.
Yeah, man. Basically, my new guy, Distortion, guy from Holland, fire producer,
Based in the UK.
based in the UK now. But the kids is inspiring me crazy. Like we've got some real crazy records coming. The current one, The Drop, features Cherry Von Cell. You know, it's one of them club bangers, man, for the fans, for the clubs. You know, for my fan base. You know, one thing I've learned over the years, you know, I play with my strengths. I know who my fan bases are. You know, I know who buys my music. So this record is something for the fans, most definitely. And another one for the set, man. When I'm doing my shows, when we're doing my dance parties and stuff, throw in there and just have a good time, man.
You just mentioned the fan base there. I was gonna ask you, who is your music for right now? Would you say, because it's changed along the years, man? You've gone through a few different cycles.
Yeah.
Who's your music for right now in 2014?
I would say a lot of my music is very student led. I would say uni students, school students, college students, you know, young adults. I would say is the majority of my fan base, and also like primary school kids. It's weird, man. Like with the whole dench movement and stuff, you know, we've managed to turn that and twist it and make people feel like they're part of something. So there's different ways you can interact with me, even if it's not through the music, through the clothing or through the words, you know, through the TV. But predominantly, I would say definitely students, young adults is probably the main fan base.
You definitely play to your strengths as well, man. I know that people sometimes underestimate like what you're about, and they don't know the history, because you've come through and you've got your stripes, man. Definitely, you know, and you're working with what you're working with at the moment. I know you know what you're doing, which is important. I feel like a lot of artists don't know their fan base, and who, I'm not saying it should be contrived as in making music for a set amount of people, but you definitely got to have your business mind on as well.
Definitely, you need to know who you're selling your music to. You need to know who your consumers are. You know what I mean? It's like anything. It's like everything is not for everyone. Like the t-shirt you're wearing, you might like that, someone else might not like that. So they might market that in a way of, you know, engaging with that fan to come and buy it. And that's the same thing with your music. It's like when you're making your music, you're making it for yourself first, but then at the same time is, who are you trying to hit? Who do you want to engage with this? Who do you want to buy this music? You know what I'm saying? And I think now that's more important than ever, where back in the day it was very, I'm just making music, I don't really care who likes, I'm just making it, because we could do that. But now it's very you got to be a lot more strategic in what you're doing in your movements. You can't just make a song and just put it out there and think it's going to sell. No, you got to market it, you got to PR it, you got to push it. You know what I mean? You got to find a target audience and just keep feeding them and just try and keep growing it.
Now, there's a few veterans like yourself, you know, era-defining MCs, but there are few that give the type of inspiration that you do from the business entrepreneur side of things, aside from having like hits and longevity. Now, I want to ask you, what's one of the biggest industry traps that you've seen in the game so far, man?
Traps?
Yeah. Something that, you know, you would tell a new artist coming in the game, beware of that, you know, or be aware of that.
There's too many, man. Be careful who you trust is definitely one. And your team, pick your team wisely. Definitely pick your team wisely. And the way I see it, it's like business is business, and people say don't mix business with friendship, but the best business is done with friends. And I would say, like, there's in the music industry, it's a very cold business. It's very cutthroat. It's very, you're hot now, you're cold, we don't really give. So the people around you is so important to even keep you grounded and just keep you on a level, and people you can even like inspire from, to be like, you know what, you may be perceived as this person in the world, just whoever you may be, but you're just a normal human being at the end of the day, and you need the right team around you to keep you grounded, and don't get sidetracked from that. That's fundamentally the first thing I would say before you even go anywhere. Make sure you got your team straight. And secondly, boy, there's so many tracks you gotta look out for, but team definitely first. And what can I say? What can I say? That when I've come through relationships, relationships. Keep your relationships. This game, like, you could the wrong person and that's it. That's it. You could one guy, and if the industry's so small, that is it.
Blackball.
That's it. Like, done. Like, don't
Do you feel like you've done some of that?
I feel like in the early stage when More Fire Crew, like, I might have just thought, like, I might have got ahead of myself and thought, I don't need this person simply because I didn't like him. I was like, I'm not gonna give him my songs, or I'm not gonna involve him. But he was a very important figure in the game, and it really had an effect, because, you know, in hindsight, looking back, I feel like he had a major input of certain projects didn't go how I wanted it to go, because he wasn't involved, and he made sure whoever was around his team didn't support it as well. So
you want to name this person?
Nah, I don't want to name him still, because we're cool now still. Everything blessed now.
Yeah.
Everything blessed now. But yeah, you know, I just think having the right team and relationships, definitely keep your relationships intact, man.
That's some knowledge right there.
Yeah.
Anticipation,